Hello guys, welcome to my channel Soft Voice Tales. Today my story topic is the weight of goodbye. Ava was 33 when she realized that loneliness didn't come from being alone. It came from being forgotten. She lived in a quiet corner of Boston, in a small apartment, filled with books, plants, and the soft silence she had learned to live with after her marriage collapsed. Her ex-husband had left her without drama, without a final fight, without even looking back. Just a note on the kitchen counter that said, "I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore." That was all. No explanation. No closure. Just emptiness. For 2 years, Ava convinced herself that she was fine. She worked long shifts as a nurse, smiled at everyone, and pretended the quiet in her home didn't echo. But heartbreak doesn't disappear just because you stop talking about it. It hides in places you don't expect, in the way you sigh before sleeping, in the way you hold your own arm when no one else is around. One evening, as the sky turned a deep blue and the city lights began to glow, Ava returned home after a long shift. Her hands were cold, her body aching from hours on her feet. She pushed open her apartment building door and paused. A man was sitting on the steps leading to the entrance, his elbows on his knees, his head bent, his breathing uneven. He didn't look drunk. He didn't look dangerous. He looked defeated. Ava approached him carefully. "Are you all right?" she asked. The man lifted his head, and Ava froze. His eyes were tired, painfully tired, like he hadn't slept in months. They were the eyes of someone who had lost something he could never replace. He blinked as if focusing on her was difficult. "I'm sorry," he said softly. "I used to live here years ago. My feet just brought me back." His voice trembled on the last word. Ava didn't know him, but something in his voice touched a place inside her she had forgotten existed. She sat down beside him, ignoring the cold, ignoring the fact that this was a stranger. "What's your name?" she asked gently. "Nathan," he whispered, staring at the ground. "Nathan Hale." Ava nodded, waiting. It didn't take long for the silence to break him. "My fiancé died," Nathan said, suddenly, his voice cracking. 2 years ago. A car accident. We were supposed to get married that summer." He swallowed hard. "And the crazy thing is, I survived. I lived. And every day since then feels like a punishment." Ava felt a sting in her chest. She didn't touch him, didn't move closer, she just stayed. Nathan continued, tears pooling in his eyes. "This building. We were going to move here after our wedding. I came today because I didn't know where else to go. I feel like I'm drowning." Ava's own heartbreak stirred inside her, not out of comparison, but out of understanding. Pain recognizes pain. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I know what it's like to lose someone who was supposed to stay." Nathan looked at her, and for the first time, his eyes softened. "Did someone leave you too?" Ava nodded. "He left without telling me why. He just disappeared from my life." Nathan exhaled shakily. "People say time heals everything. They're wrong. Time just teaches you how to hide the pain better." Ava gave a small, sad smile. "Maybe, but sometimes talking helps lighten the weight a little." That night, they stayed on the steps for over an hour. Nathan talked. Ava listened. Ava talked. Nathan listened. Two broken adults sharing pieces of their past under the dim streetlight. Nathan eventually stood up, wiping his eyes. "Thank you for not walking away." Ava nodded. "Come back tomorrow if you want." Nathan hesitated. You won't mind? No, Ava said softly. I won't. And he did come back. The next evening. And the next. For weeks, they met on the same steps at the same quiet hour. Ava brought hot tea. Nathan brought stories about his fiancée Emily, about the guilt that ate him alive, about how he stopped writing because every word reminded him of her. Ava told him about her lonely apartment, about the nights she cried quietly, about the fear of being abandoned again. They never touched each other. No hugs, no accidental hand brushes, nothing. Just two adults, slowly learning how to breathe again. But healing is a slow, unpredictable thing. One night, Nathan didn't look sad. He looked terrified. He held a necklace in his hand. A small silver heart, dented at the edges. Emily's, he whispered. I tried putting it away today. I thought maybe, I'm ready to let go. He shook his head. But I felt sick, like I was betraying her. His voice broke. Ava, how do you move forward when the past still owns a piece of you? Ava swallowed the lump in her throat and knelt in front of him. Nathan, loving someone who's gone doesn't mean you can't live again. It means your heart has room for more than one story. Nathan's breath trembled. I'm scared. So am I, she said quietly. But we can be scared together. For a moment, he just stared at her, his eyes full of pain and something softer, something new. He reached out with shaking fingers and touched her cheek, as though asking for permission. Ava closed her eyes, leaning into his hand. Their lips met. Soft, slow, uncertain. It wasn't a kiss of passion. It was a kiss of survival. When they pulled away, Nathan whispered, I don't know how to do this. Ava smiled sadly. Then, let's learn together. They began seeing each other more. Dinners, long walks, late night talks in Ava's kitchen. Some days Nathan shut down, and Ava waited quietly. Some days Ava broke down crying, and Nathan held her gently. Their love wasn't perfect. No grand gestures, no fairy tale moments. Just two adults choosing each other even when it was hard. One morning, Nathan received a letter from a publishing company. They wanted him to write again, specifically, a book about Emily, his past. He panicked. If I write this, will it take me back to the pain? Will I lose you in the process? Ava cupped his face gently. Your past doesn't scare me. But lying to yourself does. Write it, Nathan. I'll stay. And she did. For 6 long months. She stayed beside him as he poured his grief onto paper. Some nights he cried. Some nights he couldn't speak. Ava sat beside him through all of it. When the book was finally published, it became a bestseller. But what mattered most was the dedication page. It read, for Emily, who taught me love. And for Ava, who taught me how to live again. Ava read the line over and over, tears streaming down her cheeks. She turned to Nathan, who looked nervous and hopeful at the same time. You didn't choose between us, she whispered. Nathan shook his head. I didn't have to. You're not my second choice, Ava. You're my second chance. Ava stepped into his arms, holding him tightly, not as a replacement, not as a rescuer, but as a partner in their shared healing. Sometimes love doesn't arrive when you're ready. Sometimes it arrives when you're broken. And sometimes it teaches you that broken things can still be beautiful. Ava and Nathan didn't fix each other. They grew around their wounds like trees learning to reach the sun again. And that was enough.